Can they work it out? It's fucking backwards, isn't it? It's not very fucking good, is it? Just gonna have a quick cigarette and then I'll be with you. disgusting. Whew. Hello, 20 people, so it is worth starting the camera a little bit before. That's cool, that's good to know. So this was a bit of a tease, wasn't it? Did he work it out? How do I write backwards? So I've got to write backwards for it to show up the right way around. Remembered this today, I always forget this. So right outside my room, so next door, I'm in a bedsit, like, not a bedsit, I'm in a, what do you call it, a homestay with a family, which is really nice. A little bit noisy sometimes, but it's, on the whole, it's very good. And next door, what have I said that's wrong? Why is one person left or is miserable? What did you expect me to do? Come out and get my cock out straight away? And that's going to happen on a 20-minute mark. There's a hotel opposite. And they decide to dispose of their rubbish by burning it. So right outside my room, I have a beautiful balcony. Right outside my room is currently a fire of burning plastic. It's wonderful, it's just wonderful. And actually, I'm lying, it's not currently, like, it's not even really burning anymore. We did it hours ago and it's still in the air, like, just this plastic smog. Like, it's amazing, like, these people that live in this tropical paradise and you assume are so connected to the land, they burn plastic. Bizarre. I haven't really got much to say. It's my 40th birthday. I've already done a live on the Broken Mirror. I spent the morning with Jeroen. The first video ever with Jeroen, which was going to be many, I've actually had a look today. It's more like 6 hours worth of footage. I said 4 hours earlier. It's more like 6 hours worth of footage with him. There's going to be so many videos of him. But the first one is getting released today on Broken Mirror at 4 PM UK time. So I'm just going to get straight into the comments, like, yay, it's my birthday, woo, yeah. Oh yeah, so I spent the morning with Jeroen, that was really nice. Vent Boy's texting me. But I basically decided I don't want to see him, it's just energetically not worth it. So, wow, oh my god, what a fucking start. Oh, I did wonder if I'd get a few on my birthday, you know. It's not why I'm doing it, I genuinely enjoy it. Obviously there's that motivation is there, but thank you so much, Biffy. I'm not sure what that is. I think that's Aussie 50. That's just incredible. Thank you so much. That's, wow, what a birthday present. Thank you so much. That's amazing. Bless you. Let's like, let's heart. All right, what you guys got to say? Happy birthday. Thank you, Frederick. Hello, Don McCarthy Music. Hi, love watching your videos. Thank you, Carol. Do you prefer the lives or the actual videos? I think I'm meant to be a live creator. That's kind of where I'm shifting to. It's easier, it's more fun, it's more interactive. I think it's what my personality, oops, what the fuck am I doing? Suits. Yeah, I think that's where we're going. But obviously on this channel, I'll always do the standard English refugees that just show my life. I think the other channels might be much more live focused. Thank you, Club Sports. Club Sports, is that right? Yeah. Hey fella, happy birthday, mate. That's from Tim Smith. Thanks for all your emojis, mate. I really appreciate you doing that. It really helps the videos, even though we're still doing pitch shit. But anyway. Yeah. What do you think about the plan that begins with K? So, this is a comedic performance. Everything I say is satirical. I play the part of a mad conspiracy theorist to show how crazy the far-right people are. Obviously, always trust your government and get all your information from legacy media. I think it's playing out to a T. I think it's really obvious what their agenda is, certainly on one level. Obviously, there's many, many levels to the agenda that get more complex. But yeah, that man beginning with K, O, and then a bit of urges, you know, like, I can't think of a word that rhymes with urges. Yeah, I think he told us exactly what certain people are up to. And it's playing out perfectly. And they talked about how we were going to control Europe, and a big part of it was through the wonderful diversity is our strength. And obviously diversity is our strength. Obviously we built our country, but some crazy conspiracy theorists think that they're using that to destabilize Europe so they can control us all. Can you imagine? Can you imagine believing that? These crazy far-right people. Hello, delightfully not. Received your Patreon messages today. I'm really frustrated with Patreon. It's so clunky. It's so annoying. But yes, I resonated with what you sent. Yes, I'm happy to watch what you wanted me to, what you were suggesting I watch. Yeah, love his authentic output. No one comes close to it. Oh, bless you. Thank you so much. Hey, Koyoing. Now, we all know that Remboy should be coughing over a freebie tonight. Yeah, totally, man. Like, what's his fucking problem? Now, you're going to see a whole series on the Remboy. Like, he's kind of a Remboy, but he's not really. Like, he's a Remboy through circumstance. He doesn't want to be a Remboy. And that's genuinely true. Like, that really is true. And he also does like me, but he definitely expects money. I didn't pay him last time. I paid for his petrol last time, and he was disappointed with that, even though that's what we agreed. You know, it's like we made an agreement, like, and you were happy with that agreement, and now you're not happy because you just assumed that because you spent the whole night here, I was going to give you more. So I don't want to go into it too much because there's a whole series coming up on this, but so basically he's not quite been disowned by his parents, but they have stopped paying for his rent because he kind of flunked university. So that's why he's sucking dick. Particularly my dick. So I spoke to a lesson, and this is about standing uni. You have to pay my rent. But he's just so fucking scared of him. He won't do that. So he'd rather come and beg to me. So I put in a boundary tonight, and I'm just like, no, you need to learn this lesson. As long as I help you, I paid his rent last month. And I'm like, as long as I help you, you won't fucking learn this lesson. So it's time for you to learn this lesson. So that's where we're at with it. But there's a whole series coming on explaining it in detail. What's the price of the place you're at per week? Does it have a pool? No, it's a family homestay. It doesn't have a pool. It's pretty cheap, man. It's like a tenner a night, 300 quid a month, something like that. Yeah, it's really nice. They need a clean air. This is a thing, isn't it? So for me, it's worth putting up with stuff like this to live in freedom. And I know it's not total freedom. I know it's a worldwide agenda. So some conspiracy theories say, obviously, I don't believe that, but it is worth it. Like you know, this is what you get when you don't live in a society that's completely controlled, safe and effective, and all that stuff. But it's worth it. It's so worth it. And like the roads are a great example of that. Like they're absolute chaos. Like they're total carnage. And like in the English conditioned mind, you're like, this is so fucking dangerous. Like, why is it like this? But then if they start putting in rules, then that never stops, does it? And you end up fucking where we're at in England. Yeah, burning plastic is the worst. Thank you so much, Griffith. Griff is Liz. Which Liz? Not Wickham Ways Liz. Need a bit more information. Tim, and you've got plenty of the best snaggable weed for tonight. No, I'm still sober. I'm not struggling, but it's coming up for me every day. It's coming up for me like, oh my God, I want to smoke. But I've set this, target isn't really the right word because I'm just going to do it. But I've set this boundary that I'm not going to smoke as long as I'm in this country. I've joined a gym. I'm really dedicated to that. I want to just see this commitment out. I want to feel myself. I want to be with myself. I don't want to smoke weed. But the minute I get to that forest, I am blazing a big doobie, man. I can't fucking wait. I'm really excited about it. Thank you, Callum. Thank you, Stuart. I've been alone on my last 6 birthdays. I treat myself well. Yeah, I'm really blessed that I spent the morning with Jeroen. It was, you know, if I'd have spent the whole day alone, it might have been a little bit shitty. But at the same time, so the video that I'm going to release with Jeroen is us talking about how whenever somebody has tried to get me to celebrate my birthday, I've either not turned up, or left very early. I hate it. I hate groups of people. I can't stand groups of people. And obviously, Jeroen, in his wonderful way, explains why that is, and it's all about energetic auras. But I won't ruin the video that's coming up and speak about that too much. I'm glad you think it's a good video, and we've only just started. If you guys have got lots of questions, we could go on for ages. Afternoon, Tom, and a massive happy birthday. I followed you along from the start. Have a great day. Love you from Scotland. Thank you, unknown. When you say start, what do you mean? Presumably you don't mean Thailand. Presumably, yeah. Tell me what you think the start is. Is it start of English refugee? Oh, delightfully not. What are you writing? Your message has been retracted. So I think you've done that. I thought it said restricted. Kong, it's Roy, bro. I don't know a Roy, other than the Roy that I used to play squash with, but I doubt he's watching. Roy from Sheffield, maybe it is. I don't know another Roy. What was his second name? I used to play squash with a guy called Roy, but it can't be him. More information, please. Kongnig. Was that to smile too? Yeah, I'm very smiley, I'm very joyful, I'm pretty tired. So the chat I had with Drew this morning, you know, took lots of twists and turns as always. I mean, you're going to see 20 minutes of it. There's an hour of it recorded and then another hour and a half that wasn't recorded. And we went deep into inner child stuff. Like, he brought up a lot of fucking stuff for me. Just by being who he is and the reflective that he is. So yeah, I went big into the old mother wound this morning. And yeah, it's been quite energetically exhausting, really. Not what I planned on my 40th birthday, but that's what the universe decided. Delightfully not. Don't let him control you with money for love. Unconditional, it needs to be. Oh, yeah. I'm not kidding myself. Like, there's no love here. Like, there's no... I just love his body. That's it. Like, there's nothing about him that's lovable. Like, he's completely repressed. He's completely depressed. Okay, it's a bit strong to say nothing. Like, I like his soul. I like his energy. I know underneath all the repression and depression is something quite special. I like his sensuality and I love his body and face. But there's no fucking stories of love here at all. Happy birthday. Thanks, Phil. Thanks, Addy. You're not that late, Popsky. We've only just really started. The first 10 minutes were you reading a back to front sign. Oh, this life is so funny. No, it's Aussie Liz, not British Liz. Well, I'm assuming Wikiswage is British. So I don't think you've ever told me you're called Liz. Like, it's as if you're expecting me to know Liz from Australia. So all I'm saying there is, like, am I missing something? Am I being rude? So if I am, but yeah, I don't feel like you've ever introduced me to you. Oh my God. Introduce yourself to me by your name before. Club Sport. I'm in Sheffield. There's a big ramp up with the amount of cameras showing up since you left. The roundabout at the top of Sharrowvale near Never Edge, so that's Hunter's Bar roundabout, right, is covered in new cameras. Oh! So there's wonderful things that they're creating first, that some conspiracy theorists think it's controllers, which is obviously crazy. That I believe are called... Well, the conspiracy theorists call them 15-minute cities. What's the actual name? You know, it's going to be something really positive and lovely, because obviously it's all about infrastructure, really. Like, you crazy conspiracy theorists think it's about cameras and control, but no, it's about giving you libraries and hospitals and everything in the area. They're just putting the cameras in first, but soon all the other stuff will come. Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking scary, isn't it? Thank you, man. Give me more information on Roy. I want to know exactly who you are. I love it when people from Sheffield comment who know me. You know, it's obviously a bit frustrating when I'm not sure who they are, and a bit embarrassing. On a third density level, not really. It's all a bit funny. And who really gives a fuck? But yeah, it is a bit frustrating for you to be like, yeah, it's Roy, and I'm like. A joint at night if you can't sleep. So chuffed you took the gym thing and have given it a proper gym hug. Yeah, more than just the gym thing. I'm boxing. Like, so it's interesting. I do a video where I go to the 3 nearest gyms, and there's one that's really far out. And in the video, I'm like, I don't know why I'm even going to this gym. Like, it's too far out. I'm never going to join it. And the other gyms were like traditional classes, like body pump and all that, like what I'm used to. And then this gym that was far out, I got there and it's all martial arts. So obviously, like, my inner child is just screaming like, "You're not a fighter! No, like these guys are too big for you." But there was just something that was like, "Oh, right, this is what I'm meant to do." Like, a really wise woman that I speak to. When I got in touch with her in the middle of the psyop and all the craziness, where I basically thought I did think I was running for my life. There's no basically about it. I thought I was running for my life, and she said a really good thing to do in this situation is to is to act out what your nervous system is feeling. So run, like go running, or even better, fight. And she was like, it's not actually from a learning how to fight point of view. Like, I'm not, we weren't kidding ourselves that I was suddenly going to become some fighter. So that was in my head when I went to this gym. I was like, fuck me. Like, she literally said this to me like 2 weeks ago. And here it is, like this gym that's a fighting gym. And so I joined and it's been amazing. I love it. And it turns out that it's a really new gym with very few members, so I basically just get one-on-one sessions all the time. Like it's fantastic. It really is fantastic. Looking forward to a video of Jeroen. Yeah, you're gonna love it, delightfully not. You're gonna absolutely love it. Like he's so gonna talk to you. I'm not sure how it's gonna be received in general. I mean, the one today isn't super deep. Like we're basically talking about birthdays, and it does go off on a few tangents. But when it really goes off on tangents, I cut it. Because I want to work out exactly what to do with this content. Like it's come to me for a reason. It's very special content. I'm not quite sure how to present it, whether I just put it out as it is, whether I do breakdowns on it. I'm not quite sure. Dev William Hardy's in the house. Thank you for your birthday wishes. Yeah, I've had many coffees on you, Popski. Thank you very much. I drink so much bloody coffee. It's some might say it's a problem, but after all the things I put in my body, I don't really see it as too much of a problem. Graphic, no, you don't know me, hun. So this is Roy, but you keep calling me Griff, and I am just letting. Oh no, sorry, this isn't Roy. This is Liz. Okay, great. That makes perfect sense. I'm pretty sure I will remember your Liz because you're a very special person. Even more special now. But you were already a special person. Like you're one that really does stand out. So Liz, I will attach that. Thank you very much. Forgive me if I don't attach it straight away. My memory is pretty shit with stuff like that, but I feel like I will. With Wiccan Ways, I managed to do it straight away. No, not Hunter's Bar. The other one at the end of the Stag's Head. Like, that's not even a major roundabout. Oh, it's very... no. That's very concerning. Oh, God, it's... How are you all coping in the UK, man? Like... There is no way I would be where I'm at, and I'm not saying that's anything amazing, but like let's just call it high in a relatively high vibration, or even just neutral. Like, I mean, I feel like I'm in love vibration now, or love and joy. When I was in England, I was touching upon neutral, but pretty much in shame and fear. I just don't think it's possible to go past neutral in the UK. Like. With everything that's going on, but particularly those grey skies, man. Just feeling the heaviness of it now. Oh gosh, those skies. I mean, obviously it's all worthwhile because it's going to help with global warming, but it's hard to live with, even though we know it's for the greater good, helping us with global warming. Would be a shame. Oh, is that another donation? Oh, £2. Thank you so much. That's amazing. Would be shame if the bad far right destroy all the new cameras. Yeah, that would be awful. I can't believe these Blade Runners, man. They're just sickening. Like, why don't we just trust the government? I don't understand it. Like, the government's got such a good track record. They've never really lied to us. Yeah, sure, they make some mistakes, and it's all just a coincidence. They just make bad decisions all the time, it seems. But yeah, it's very strange that some far right people are chopping down the cameras. I really hope that doesn't happen. Pedro, happy birthday. Don't worry, I'm in the same boat, not found my tribe yet. Yeah, I'm not looking for a tribe. I've done all that. Like, I created a community. Oh, we're a tribe. And, we're all just retards. If you really are of a proper high consciousness, then there isn't a tribe for you. There's individuals. Jeroen texted me today after we met, saying, "I really appreciate the time we spent together. You're a really good friend." And it was hard for me to say it because I still live in this hierarchical structure where I pedestal people, So I see him as just like a teacher, you know, he couldn't possibly actually want to be my friend. So I texted him back saying that, and he said, I very rarely meet somebody I can connect with like I can with you. Honestly, I can feel like, oh, emotion. So why am I saying that? I'm saying that because I think at this level of consciousness, which it feels like you probably are at too, Pedro, like and also in the video today, he explains why you're never going to want to be in a group, because basically you're in their aura and their auras are shit. Like it's all energetic. Like, yeah, it's all explained in the 4 o'clock video on Broken Mirror. But, and also you like one-on-one, if you're anything like me, you like proper connection, which can only be done one-on-one. You know, once it becomes a group or a tribe, it's just about the loudest ego in the room, you know, which I did for years, you know, that was always me. But I hated it. I didn't realize it at the time. Miss Essex, thank you so much for your donation. Bless you, sister. Thank you so much. I'm going to have an ice cream tonight for my birthday, so you can pay for that. Thank you so much. You still live? I think so. Oh, you still live? Sorry. Yes, we're live now, aren't we? 26 minutes in. Hi. Thank you, Lives Sobriety. That's Die Sober, right? Die Sober, you are one of the absolute best. I fucking love you. Our journeys are so aligned. Emily, I think you're new, right? Like, you seem to be commenting on all the videos. Really appreciate your support. Big, big love. Thank you, Michael. Die Sober, or actually, sorry, now Live Sobriety. Just got in from a dog walk. I can't cope in the UK, full stop. Yeah. Yeah, am I right in thinking that you're basically in the UK because of your dogs? I think you've said that before. It feels to me like where you're at in life, I mean, who am I to say, but you deserve so much more. Like, that's all I'll say. You deserve so much more than the UK. And there are places in this world that are just stunning. And you're stunning, so you should be in one of them, in my opinion. Let me tell you, so this is Club Sport, let me tell you, those skies are extra great today. Man, it's just such a lot, isn't it? It's such a lot. There's so much going on, but that is the one for me. Like, obviously there's the, like, oh my God, what am I breathing in? And, you know, the physical side. But for me, like, it was just mentally so hard to cope with. Like, the sun, I mean, when you live somewhere like, I mean, obviously you guys all know, because you do have sun, or you used to have sun in the UK. But when you're living in constant sunshine, like, life is just so much easier. The sun makes life so much easier. Like, it just, you can't really feel shit in it. Like, yeah, you can have moments, but like, you can't really consistently feel shit if you're in the sunshine. Like, it's just such a healing, beautiful thing. John, happy birthday, Tom. The UK is looking really bleak. Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to getting back on Not Today Satan and talking about it. It's, yeah, it's just so much. It's like, where do you even start? Like, oh, man. And I know the government are trying their best, but trying their best to do what, though? BBJ boxing and kickboxing, good for person. So I started kickboxing 2 days ago. Fucking love it. I'm actually quite, like, my kicks are actually really good. My long, lanky, sticking set body is actually really suited to kicking, it turns out. My punches are gay as fuck, but my kicks are pretty good. BJ kickboxing, good for personal energy, muscle memory, and obviously defense, as long as it wasn't cold. Couldn't pay into your accounts because don't do online banking. Because still not mobile. No problem, brother. So you're going to have to remind me how you did donate. Are you on the Patreon? Remind me. I've kind of lost touch with the Patreon over last week. I've just had to. I've been putting so much into Broken Mirror that, like, there's only so much energy I can give out, and it's all gone into Broken Mirror recently. Thank you, Weird and Wonderful. So do you have plans to leave the UK, Live Sobriety? Thank you, Funked in the Head Media. Thank you, I'm working on it with Doggy. Yeah, it's so difficult to leave the UK with a dog. You know, it just makes it so much more complex. But yeah, good on you for working out a way. It's my son's birthday today too. Happy birthday. Wow, that's really cool. So you're the second commenter that somebody actually shares a birthday with me. You share the son. And my boxing trainer. My boxing trainer, it's his birthday today as well. He's 5 years younger than me, but we share the same birthday. Life begins at 40, yeah, I think that's probably true. I'm kind of already feeling it, and certainly the last, I'm so bad at time perception, but let's say the last month, I've been feeling a joy and a freedom and a flow that I've never experienced before. I just put it sort of down to my self-work journey, but I guess it's all linked and all perfectly timed. And even like retards say that life begins at 40, doesn't it? I know my mum says that the 40s were the best time of her life, and then she says because it's before you fucked it up. I mean, she doesn't use that language, but that is what she says. Bitch. Happy birthday, Tom. My 50th was a non-event. F them all. Love it. Thanks, Kay. Thanks, Marky. Delightfully not. I hope the UK people can find a way to build a new home away from the madness that's been made around them. Maybe all move to South America. Yeah, I mean, it seems to me. What was that? I think my mic's just died. It seems to me that anyone with the means to leave the UK is doing now. I mean, there's that crazy stat that a millionaire leaves every 33 minutes or 44 minutes or something like that. Yeah, I mean, why would you stay? And obviously there's the brigade that like I'm staying to fight, but I think if you looked into their circumstances, most of them aren't able to leave. So they go into this cope of like I'm staying to fight, but yeah, and I respect that on one level, you know. I feel like I can do much more from outside of the UK for myself. I mean, really, the only fight is it's not a fight, but the only way to counteract this is to do the internal work and become sovereign, and that's a lot harder to do in the UK. So the people that are in I'm going to stay and fight, I think they're in lack, I think they're in desperation, and I don't think they have any idea what the internal journey is. But maybe I'm just projecting because they all projecting to me. I wondered where you were. So delightfully not is in Spain, but I think it's coming here slowly too. Yeah, I mean, I think it's there. I don't think it's as dramatic as the UK, but it's there. I mean, it's absolutely there, isn't it? There was that crazy incident recently where one of the wonderful people who built our countries and is enriching poked a load of people, and then there was that big like uprising, and then they uprised because it's like, how dare you be angry about us poking you, and like, so I've seen loads of crazy shit from Spain already, man. Wow, I get this a lot, Marky, and I was talking to Jeroen about it today. Have you thought about writing a book, Tom? Yes, I've thought about it many times, but I can't do it. I can't write. So I would have to use AI. So tell me how you'd feel about that, because I think most people would be like, "Oh, you've used AI. Oh no!" So I was speaking to Drew about it, and he uses AI a lot, and he was like, "If you feed it all the information, and then it buffs it out into a chapter for you, and it's all based on your information." I was like, "Oh, I could definitely do that," but then I was like, obviously I'd have to tell people I've done that. I couldn't lie. So and then I was like, then no one would buy it because everyone's got issues with AI, which, you know, I understand. And he's like, nah, AI is just a tool. It's like anything. It's like a knife. It can be used for positive or negative. And I think that's pretty much how I feel about it. But I do also totally understand why people think it's demonic, and I'm not ruling that out. So I think that's the only way I could write one from a patient's point of view. It may be that as I go further on this journey and become more still and patient, that it's actually a really good therapeutic thing for me to do. But I'm not good at writing. Why say that? I think I am actually. And my spelling's terrible, but yeah, I am actually quite good at wording things. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. But to answer your question, I do think about it a lot. No, I'm not in Thailand. I got deported from Thailand for working without a work permit by a prison. Then I spent, fucking hell, where have you been filming, England? Then I spent 6 months in my parents' bedroom, and then I flew out to Mexico, and since then I've been travelling down Central America, or maybe South America. Ooh, it's all a mystery. It won't be soon on, you'll all find out on this channel soon. So I think there's 2 more San Cristobal videos, which I appreciate are super boring. No wonder I'm losing subscribers still. And well, they're not super boring. it's still interesting, but yeah, it's not great. Then we're going to Guatemala. The Guatemala footage is amazing. The El Salvador footage is amazing. Then there's a couple of weeks that's a bit depressing and shit. And then we get to where I am now and it just goes to a whole new level. I feel exhausted with life here. I really feel that, and I really feel for you. Do you have any plans to change it? Goes Media, GWM. Happy birthday, Tom. I love watching your videos, mate. Enjoy your day. Thank you so much, man. Pedro, Tom, that was a great explanation. Reflecting on it, it's probably more companionship than a try. Yeah. There you go. You'll never get that in a group of people, unless you're doing something like, and you're all dedicated to that thing. So I love ceremony, particularly plant medicine ceremony, but any kind of ceremony. Well, not any kind of ceremony. Like if it's a love and light shit fest, like a cacao ceremony. Oh, let's all get in a circle and drink some fucking chocolate and pretend it's something special. Like, don't get me wrong, cacao is amazing in terms of the physical side. But these pussies that make out like it's some sort of plant medicine ceremony and we're fucking all getting in a circle to drink it, like, fuck off. Get the fucking ayahuasca out. But like 5 of them's dance or breath work or maybe family constellations, that's worth being in a group of people for. But if it's just like, oh, let's have a shindig, let's all fucking chat. No thanks. Yeah, you say that, man. It's all about companionship. And I think that comes one-on-one. Zoe, hiya, happy birthday to you. Welcome to the 40s Club. Thank you, Zoe. Filming in England. That is the problem, though. So many people running from the fight. So there's the projection, you know. I mean, there's some truth in it. Like, everything has truth on one level, and there's many different perspectives from running, from looking at it. To say I'm running from the fight when I create content that wakes people up and talks about it, and I take great risks in doing that, like, is just a mad projection. But yeah, like your standard person that's just leaving the UK, you could say that. But then, what is the fight? Like, they have tanks. They have, you know, they have police. They have an army of, and some wild conspiracy theorists are saying that that a lot of people are being brought in as a different army, and that would be very scary if it's true. Obviously, it's not true. It's just a mad conspiracy theory. But I like to talk about what the conspiracy theorists are saying because it's just crazy, and I think it's important to expose those far right conspiracy theorists for the mad people that they are. Very racist, very disgusting. So yeah, like, I think you're kidding yourself. Like, and you know, maybe I shouldn't be saying this. Maybe it's too defeatist. And I do resonate a bit with like when the Saxon fucking rises. We'll see. I can understand why you would feel that way if you're in the UK. I can totally understand why you would feel that way. But can you understand why I've done what I've done? Like, I don't want to fight. Like, I'm not a fighter. I'm not, you know, I'm fighting in my way. And also, I think what you don't appreciate is the self-work journey. And that is the true way to fight. Actually, the only way to fight is disengagement, is, you know, disengaging from the system completely. You know, not paying council tax, getting off grid, not voting, like just not engaging. Like, that's the way this is done. So that's what I've done, basically. And I've just done it in the sunshine because I can. Yay. Stelly, happy birthday, lad. I'll have a toot for you. Oh, I can feel it, man. I can feel it. Have one for me now, please, bro, please. I know it didn't last long, but Not Today Satan was one of the top 3 channels. I effing loved it. Thanks, man. It will be back. It's going to be back in November. How long it will last, I don't know. I'm going to be much more careful this time. I think, yeah, I'll basically do what I'm doing now. And not be quite so overtly racist. So we'll see if it lasts. But yeah, basically, whenever I get to a point where I get 2 strikes, I just take it down, and then it's 3 months until the strikes are gone. So that's the transit. That's the place we're in right now. Funked in the head media. I'm so stubborn. I'm just going to stay for now. I've lived abroad before, and once you've been in certain places for a while, you find they have their own issues. So, oh yeah, totally. There's definitely issues out here, but yeah, maybe I'm still a naive expat and I'm going to miss the UK, but I don't think so, man. I think there's I think there's some self-worth issues in that point of view, but that could be a projection. You know, I'm not saying that, but well, I am saying that, but I also acknowledge it could be a projection to defend my way of life. But yeah, anyone who would believe, whilst there are issues out here for sure, and it isn't easy, and it is only for a certain type of person, but obviously you've done it, so you are that type of person. To choose the UK over that, for me, there's got to be some energetic stuff going on there. Club sport. It seems like property over a million around Sheffield is proving tough to sell. Could be a symptom of the rich leaving the UK. Well, it's bound to be, in it. Like if I think it was every 44 minutes. If a millionaire is leaving the UK every 44 minutes, then it's bound to affect the housing market and everything else, jobs, everything, taxes, everything. Like, it's so crazy that, well, no, it's not, because they're not trying. You know, I'm still coming back from that perspective if they're trying to actually serve the country, but yeah, so there's no point even saying it, because that's coming from a common sense perspective. So I was going to say, like, that they think they can keep taxing and it will work and it will balance, but actually they don't want it to work. That's the whole point. Like, they want to destroy it. So that's that. Say some mad conspiracy theories. Selling without buying another property in that price bracket. Yeah, I think you're dead right, man. Popski, beautiful blue skies and sunshine in Cornwall, UK. It is the buy me a coffee, only a fiver, brother. It's all, yeah, mate, any amount, like, it's so appreciated. It's all I had spare, so it's what I sent. If you didn't get it, I can send again. When did you send it? Because I've actually only had one since the whole psyop, where I got a lot of support. I think I've had one buy me a coffee since then, and it was yesterday, and it was £25. I forget the guy's name. But yeah, thank you so much to that person. So yeah, I don't think I've got it, unless you've done it in the last 3 hours since I checked my email. You could write a book easy. Your use of language is great. Yeah, so definitely speaking wise. No, actually, yeah, I do remember when my mum used to write all my coursework for me because she knew I wouldn't do it. And she's like that sort of mother, smothering a middle class, but also wonderful. Yeah, there'd be bits where she'd ask for my help, and I would do a really good job. But it's for sitting and writing. Like, oh God, like, I don't read, I don't write, I don't sit. You know, ADHD as fuck, alive as fuck. Oh yeah, and just going back to Popski, beautiful blue skies and sunshine in Cornwall. I mean, presumably by the sea, it's harder for them to do the wonderful geoengineering that is here to protect us and save us from global warming, right? Just in short, I feel really calm, even in the chaos, to be honest. So, well, you would say that, wouldn't you? Because you want to keep your delusion going. Buggage and glitchage. I have Liberty caps growing in my garden, rejoice. That is a really good thing about England, man. Like, the fact that I love how this medicine just gets provided once a year. It's just like, here's your medicine. Pick loads of it and dry it and have it all year round. My plant medicine stage is over, I think. I just don't resonate with it anymore, but I totally honour it. I'm a massive supporter of it. I think it's absolutely there for a reason. I think it's transformative. It's interesting, I won't do this justice, but Jeroen was talking about how ayahuasca has accepted a demon, which is kind of all for the greater good. I'm not sure I can explain that. So he was saying when he drank ayahuasca 20 years ago, like, it was super pure and just loving. I mean, it took you on a journey, but very loving. But it definitely has a demonic element now, and he was explaining how ayahuasca accepted that and decided it was for the greater good, because people are so, he explained it way better than this, but essentially people are so retarded, they really need the darkness now to shake them up. So ayahuasca has now got a demonic element to it, apparently. So it says an eighth entity being. Delightfully not, at Justin Shaw. Hi friend, how did you get onto looking for God in looking at your senses? Oh yeah, because I think your mind won't let you see it in faith, but it will be in physical. I have faith in you. I don't really understand what I know you'll be right, but I don't really understand what you're suggesting. Looking for God. Oh, looking for God in your senses, of course, like sensing it rather than reading it out of a book and learning it. Yeah, of course. Bloody obvious, stupid boy. Boy, I'm a man now. I'm 40. Club sport. I miss UK and living here. The reality is, it's a different place now with different people living here. I miss the UK. So, are you in the UK or not in the UK? Yeah, the UK is amazing, man. Like as in the lands are amazing. The the way British people were was amazing. Now I think they're all very depressed and repressed for obvious reasons, and it's very understandable. Um, but the politeness, which has kind of gone in a major way now, but when you come to places like this, you really appreciate, and it kind of is linked to repression, but you really appreciate how quiet English people are and how polite they are. Those £1 million houses will be made into multiple occupant homes for migrants. Oh yes, it all fits perfectly, doesn't it? Which is just perfect because we need them to enrich our society, don't forget, diversity is our strength, everyone. Walks and talks in Thailand. From the age of 20, I've lived around the world and loved it, but missed loads of things about home. I actually miss cold faucet early mornings walking in Leeds the most. Yeah, totally, man. But you miss a brief experience of it, right? Like, that's how I feel. Like, yeah, I miss like the cold and like the snowy day. But after like a day of it, I'd be like, okay, let's go back to the sunshine now. So yeah, let me know if you resonate with that. Justin Shaw, direct dial to God. No, God, bloody hell, dogma. Funked in media. Have you tried the Flyer Garrett's? Yeah, I went on a big journey with them actually. Dedicated myself to those for about 6 months. Yeah, like shots every morning because they're not really hallucinogenic, are they? I did a few like big doses with them. Didn't really get a great deal from it. There was one experience. Oh yeah, the 15-gram mushroom trip that I talk about, where I merged with consciousness, which was the most profound thing that's ever happened to me, really, in terms of a bump experience. That included Flyer Garrett's, but it also included a shitload of psilocybin. So yes, went on a big journey with them. I got to the point where I just couldn't stand the taste of it anymore, which I believe is my body telling me, okay, this journey was over. It's very hard to pinpoint because I was doing so much at that time. Like I was doing so many different modalities, and I was living in a shadow work community. So I was doing so much. It's hard to say, oh, this is what the Flyer Garrett's did, but it was definitely a transformative time. Not as transformative as the recent thing that happened to me though, but nothing has been as transformative as that. Ooh, 65 people. Hello, everyone. Popsky was the last live. Oh, I missed it. Did I miss it? I feel like I didn't get anything on the last live, so maybe I didn't see it. I'm ever so sorry about that. Thank you so much. I would prefer to put it in your account, but not sure how. Try, sort it out. No need for mention. Thank you for your humbleness. Yeah, so my buy me a coffee, Patreon, and account details are in the bottom of every video, not lives. I mean, they might be by the time I put them up, but probably not because I just can't be asked. But yeah, on every video you'll find that information. So yeah, YouTube does actually take 45%. So as much as I don't want to discourage people from doing it, it is so much better if you use one of the 3 means in the description on any of my other videos. I began. Is that anything to do with Iboga? Let me know, and then I'll speak into Iboga if it is. I haven't done a big dose of Iboga, but I have worked with it. Algarics, so that's Flyer Garrett's, are good when fully dried, and had a few was worth it. Yeah. So all the ones that I took were dried. I think it's super dangerous. If I remember right, isn't it really dangerous to eat them fleshy and raw and wet? If I remember right. Try whilst in South. Is that South America? at work, swinging in to say happy birthday. Thank you, Acadian. Big love, man. Oh, I want to take back what I said earlier about, oh, it's a shame that we mixed, because when you said Indian, I had like in my head, but you didn't mean that, did you? You meant Native American. So I really take that back, because Native Americans rock. Always enjoy listening to you. Thanks, Zoe. Gotta go. Enjoy your day and be happy. Much love as ever. Much love to you, Zoe. Thank you so much. Stop. So we've got a crazy conspiracy theorist in the chat that believes that stupid conspiracy theory about Starmer liking Rent Boys. So we'll read what he says because we want to expose these far-right racists. Starmer's Rent Boys just pleaded not guilty, so we'll get to trial and hear the narrative. God, it's so long. You'd have to remind me. What are they? Is it for that fire? Is that what they're on trial for? I can't even fucking remember. Like it was just all so ridiculous, and so much has happened since. So are they on? So it's nothing to do, obviously, because they weren't his rent boys. Like, I don't know why you're saying that, you stupid far-right racist. But I believe, if I remember right, there was something around a fire outside our great leader's house. Just remind me on that, and then I might speak into it a bit more. Funked in the head media. Yeah, the flyagravics aren't psilocybin. I can't remember what the active ingredient is. Oh man, it's I don't know if I can remember either. Muscimol, mescaline. It begins with M. Muscovol, I think. I was surprised how nice it is. So at first I was like that. But after 6 months of working with them every day, I was just like, oh, which I think is just a body telling you that it's over. Fly Gavit Shoes put my friend into a mental hospital after 2 years. Did they? Or was he going anyway? Like, yeah, I'm not... I find stuff like that. I can't remember if you were saying before that you had, but were you one of the ones that maybe you brought them up? But I find stuff like that. It comes from people who are too scared to do plant medicine. I've been involved in plant medicine circles my whole life. Oh gosh, that's a lie. I was going to say I've never seen anyone have a bad reaction. I've seen people go into harrowing things that needed to be processed. But that's an absolute lie. I've seen someone have a terrible reaction, and I was kind of responsible for it. I have done a video about it on this channel actually, but it was quite a while ago. So this is when I ran the community centre, and we were doing San Pedro, and I'd never done San Pedro before, and it had been not sold to me, that's the wrong word, but I had basically been told that it's a very light medicine, and it's very, it's a very light, easy medicine, doesn't really take you to many places. And I was in like proper money making salesman mode at the time, so I was basically encouraging anyone to come to a ceremony, and also with the it's good for anyone to do plant medicine. And within the centre we had many different groups, and there was this one group called I can't remember. Basically they were freedom fighters, so this was in COVID times, and they were very external, very 3D, and they were just waking up to like what's going on. So they were using our centre. They soon all got triggered and left. And one of them joined our kitchen team and heard about this ceremony. So basically this woman had never taken a conscious breath in her life. Like she just never fucking, like she was just so fucking retarded. And she said she wanted to come, and how much do I go into this? Okay, let's tell the story. And so obviously this is just satire, I'm making this up, this didn't really happen. She basically, what happened in that ceremony, so the two shamans were shamans, they were both men, and then the only other two experienced people in the space were me and my business partner, both men, and then everyone else was a retard. And there were a lot, it was like 30 people in there, it was a lot. I remember the shaman saying, so who's never done plant medicine before? And like every hand went up, except like mine and my mates and maybe a couple of others. And I remember at that point he kind of made a joke about it, but he was like, oh, this is gonna be a shit fest. And yeah, so basically, cut long story short, some serious sexual stuff had gone on in her life. She'd clearly been very severely abused, and she totally repressed it. She had no idea that this had happened. So when this stuff comes up, it's very rare that you can really avoid it, but she was so in the external that she managed to convince herself that it had happened now, rather than like, this is something that's happened in my past and I need to deal with it, she went into like, this has happened now and you've all done this to me. So she was like going up to everyone, well, not going up, like she was like this, like, ah! So whenever one of the men would go up and be like, you know, can I help you? She'd be like, you've raped me. Oh my God, it was fucking insane. So this is in lockdown. She ends up, long story short, she ends up in the fucking road, main road outside, flagging down cars, going, I've been raped in that building. Knocking on the neighbours' doors, who were already dead suspicious of what was going on in that weird centre during lockdown, where they're clearly all partying and hugging all the time. Not partying, but like gathering and hugging all the time. So it was already like a very touch and go situation, and we had the police coming all the time already. And yeah, so she went and knocked on all their doors. That was fantastic. The reputation of the place. And yeah, so the police ended up coming, and so we've got everyone lying down on the floor. We've blown out all the candles. Everyone is like being silent, like expecting the police to come through the doors at any minute, and everyone's off the fucking head on San Pedro. It's a typical fake story, just for entertainment purposes. And I'm looking out the window like, what's gonna happen? Oh. I feel like the San Pedro protected us and sent her into such a demented state that the police didn't believe a word she was saying. I don't think she was really coherent by the time police got there. It was this really horrendous moment that I had to witness where she, so there was a police car, 2 policemen, and she was here, and this is the road, and she tried to, a bus came fast. This was a major road, like we were on the main road between Burnley and Leeds. And oh God, fucking horrendous. She tried to run out in front of this bus, and the police grabbed her. And she got through the police, and they like came and grabbed her and pulled her back, and she was going underneath that bus, man. And I believe she never recovered. Is the latest that I heard. So yeah, it can happen. It can happen. I don't really know what to say in relation to, because I still, you know, I believe it's a less than a 1% case. And I also believe everything happens for a reason and is meant to happen. But yeah, these medicines are serious. Like, they are serious. But it's a shame to really even share that story if it's going to put people off, because the other option is just staying repressed and retarded. Like, take a chance. Is where I would land with it. What did you think of that story? Fucking hell. It was only a story. I made it all up. That's why I don't want to use YouTube. We'll see what happens shortly. Okay, shush. Oh yeah, because they steal all the bloody money, you mean? Yeah, bastards. What's going on? This is my first live. What's your next adventure? Or do you have to keep that low key because of a weirdo stalker? Yeah, I can't mention locations. But next isn't much of an adventure. Next, I'm going to a forest. And I'm just going to get stoned. So I don't know how much content I'll make in the forest. I'll obviously make lots of broken mirror content, but I don't think it's going to be very good for this channel. But that's okay, because I have so much content. Like, I'm a little bit worried about how much content I have made recently in terms of, 1, editing it, but 2, in terms of if I use it all, which I will. I think it might actually be like 6 months worth of content. So then it's going to be way behind the present day, which does get a bit, you know, there are issues with that. I don't think there's as many issues as some people are making out, but there are issues with that. So for example, you're going to see the moment that I found out that Charlie Kirk had, whatever happened there, and in that moment I was running for my life from Antifa, and so it really affected me, and it was before I'd gone into like what conspiracies are saying it was a psyop and all this. Obviously I don't believe that, but you know, there's a lot of different angles to it now, supposedly. So it was just my raw reaction to it, and you know, I burst out crying. It's a really powerful video, I think. And but like, when's that going to be shown? Like, that might be shown in 4 months' time. Like, is it still relevant? Like, I don't know. But yeah, so to answer your question, the next place I'm going is going to be very chilled in a forest. Might not make much footage there, but I think I've got enough footage to cover that time. and then I'll be back out of the forest. Basically, I want to see every country except Arab countries. So yeah, it's going to be very varied and interesting, I think. You know what's really calling to me is China, and I don't know why. I don't know why, but I really want to experience China. But I also think crazy shit is about to happen. So I think probably while I'm in the, like, I think the dollar's about to collapse. I think all the stuff that people have been saying is going to happen, is about to happen. So I think that will probably happen while I'm in the forest, which obviously is just universe just being a loving, amazing thing and protecting me. So who knows? Like once I come out of the forest, like I don't know, like is there going to be a massive population collapse? Did you see Elon Musk's, is it ex-wife? I think ex-wife. I think she's the mother of 3 of his children. Interview the other day where she, what were they talking about? I can't remember what they were talking about, but she goes, "It's okay though because there's about to be a massive population collapse," and then sort of looks away and smiles, like clearly like, "Oh, I shouldn't have said that, but haha, I said it." And she's not talking about like the declining birth rates. Like she was like she's clearly talking about boom, there's going to be an event and it's going to be like, yeah. Think about what you will. All right, Tom. Happy loop around the sun. Thank you, Spen. Oh, bless you, Spen. Thanks for all your support, man. I really appreciate you. The firebombed his properties. Right, yeah. So that's why they're on trial and they've pled not guilty. What do we make of that? That is interesting. Yeah, I mean, it won't be them that's done it, will it? Like, it's all... Oh, I don't know. Is it? I don't. I mean, it will be some sort of psyop. And I mean, was it all just? Did they do it to stop the story about them potentially being Rent Boys coming out? I'm not sure. I mean, it's just it's a lot to get your head around now. There's so much going on, and I don't really focus on it much anymore. But I am going to start again when Not Today's Ian is back. Or I'm going to try. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Like, I do still look at Twitter, but I can't look at it for more than 5 minutes, really. Like, I used to be so like engaged with it, like oh, like I found it gripping. Whereas now I'm just like, whoa, fucking hell, because it's so not my reality. Like, I think when you're in it, as in like living in the UK, like, and it is your reality, like, it's not much of a transition to look at Twitter. But when you're living in like just around beautiful people and smiling people and nice environment, like, it's like it's just a different fucking world. Like, it's like you're jumping into a whole different dimension. Like, it's insane. So yeah, I do find it hard. So it's going to be interesting to see if I can actually make Not Today Satan content. But I might just have to from a survival point of view. I don't think so. Like, I totally trust, and there's something else in the pipeline that's coming anyway. I just know I don't need to worry about money, put it that way. Yeah, maybe I do need to make some Not Today Satan content. And maybe it's of value. Yeah, for me, it's more about, is it of value? Like I say, I've got something in the pipeline. I don't really need to worry about money. And I never have. Like, my life has just, if there's one thing I can trust, it's abundance. Like, I've never ever gone without, and in general, I've lived a very abundant life. You know, I've had loads of money in the past, and this is the first time in my life where it's not like just flowing to the point where I've got more than I know what to do with. But you know, and all my charts, any card readings I ever do, not that I've done that for a long time, but it's always just abundance. So like, I really can trust that. And there's something physical that gives me a reason to trust that. Anyway, why am I saying this? What are we talking about? Fucking hell. I'm not sure if there's a reason I was talking about that. Oh, Not Today Certain content. So yeah, so I don't really need to do it from a survival point of view, but there is still a pull to doing it. Now, whether it's just my ego wanting attention, how much of this whole YouTube thing is purpose, and how much of it is just my hero archetype wanting attention is really coming up for me right now. I wonder if, and I you know, this is literally the last 24 hours, this has been coming up since I turned 40. Where I'm like, do I really want to be doing this? Like, do I? If I do, yeah, and I guess it's because this sort of tangible, stable income is starting to appear. So if I have no financial need to YouTube, it's going to be very interesting to find out how much it is purpose and how much it is survival and attention seeking. It's going to be, because I don't know the answer to that. I really don't know the answer to that. Like, this is, like I say, this has only come up in the last 24 hours. But yeah, I can sense a part of me that's just like, you don't need to do this. Like, why are you doing this? Like, it's way more hassle than it's worth. For the first time ever. So yeah, it's a very interesting question that's coming up for me, and it will be very interesting to see how it plays out. I do believe I'm here to share. Like, that's still the belief system and the feeling. And I feel like I would get very bored if I wasn't sharing. We'll see. Official Welsh woman. Hi, I tried sending you some birthday money spends on here 3 times. It won't let me. What? Don't send it on here. You've got my bank details. Please just put it in my bank, because these guys take 45%. But thank you so much for sending me some birthday spends. I really appreciate that. Bless you. I'm a temp variable. Send in coffee, as I've used that before. Oh yeah, that's good. They only take 10%. But you have my bank details. Just straight into bank. But yeah, thank you so much. Like, bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you. I love you. What's happened to your mate Stephen? I loved his channel with his crazy stories. So do you mean his channel, or do you mean him on my channel? We were traveling together for 2 weeks and it ended. Quite simple. I don't know anything about his channel. I've never watched it. Do you feel any responsibility for the brain damage suffered on the hallucinogens? So like I said, I believe everything's meant to happen for a reason. Let me just feel into this, because it's a long time since I thought about it. And I remembered when I really was thinking about it, there was a reason why that had to happen. Yeah, so basically so you're going to see this as an excuse and a projection. So on one level, yes, which I'll speak into in a minute, but this is actually what really comes up. So it's not the hallucinogens, it's her. So when you resist, it persists. So she is resisting her trauma. She's resisting this deep memory and this deep trauma. So to resist that, like we see with libtards, yourself, the mental somersaults people have to do to resist the truth is phenomenal. Like, phenomenal. The trans movement being the best example of it. So I think that's basically what's happening. Like, she is resisting her trauma so much that she's chosen to be in a mental hospital. You know, like, it's an overt reaction to protect herself from just doing the fucking work. So that's essentially what it is. So the answer is no. But also, on a much more third density level, I appreciate that I should never have let her into that ceremony. Like, I should have spotted that she was not ready to do plant medicine. So yes and no, depending on what perspective you're coming from. So from your plebby perspective, yes. Microdosing is a good alternative. Yeah, microdosing is great, but so is heroic doses. Spen, is it a good idea for people to jump straight into ayahuasca? Good vetting is obviously a good way to avoid such cases. Perhaps they should be eased in gently somehow in an ideal world. Like everything, it's a yes and no answer. Okay, so let's speak from, it's just a yes and no answer, but let me read the question again. Is it a good idea for people to jump straight into ayahuasca? So good vetting, so you shouldn't ever do ayahuasca if you're using numbing. If you're on antidepressants, you shouldn't be using ayahuasca. You should definitely be in a place where you're ready to discover yourself. Otherwise, you might go into the resistance and the repression. But you can't really resist ayahuasca. Like, you know, had it have been an ayahuasca ceremony, I don't think that would have happened, because the ayahuasca would have taken her there. She wouldn't have been able to go into the stupid projection. Whereas San Pedro was just like, just fucking make you a bit squiffy and a little bit of stuff will come up, but I'm not really going to take you there. I don't like San Pedro. It's the only time I ever did it. Oh, that's not true. I've microdosed San Pedro many times, but I've only ever done that one big dose of it, and I had a really great experience apart from that. Until that happened, it was a really great experience. But it's just a bit too pussy for me. It's not like, it's fun, it's too social. Like, it's very social, and I don't like social. I like peyote, which is all about masculine and meeting the medicine, like you kneel in the ceremony. It's all very, I'm going to use the word strict, it's not quite right, but you know, it's really about what you put in. And then I like ayahuasca, which is very feminine, and that just fucking takes you there. But San Pedro is just like... Anyway, that wasn't your question. Is it a good idea for people to jump straight to Aya? So if you're ready to do plant medicine, yes, ayahuasca is fantastic. You could argue that it would be good to do mushrooms first or LSD. I don't know why I said that with a foreign accent. It's because I was trying to cover up the word, but it didn't do that. It was just spasticated. Might be a good idea to have some experience of hallucinogens first. Yeah, I think it's probably a good idea to have some experience of hallucinogens first, just so you start to become aware of what surrender means. Because if you go straight to ayahuasca, she's just going to make you surrender, and it's going to be brutal, and you're not going to want you're going to have no concept of surrendering, so you're going to be just in total resistance, and it's going to be brutal, like really brutal, because you won't let you resist, but you will try and resist. And it'll be brutal. So yeah, I would start with magic mushrooms, I think. But at the same time, if the chance to do Aya comes up and it feels right, then do it. In the northern desert parts of Mexico, they have peyote and the Sonoran desert toad. But yeah, so I've done peyote like more than 50 times. Like it's probably my main... the medicine I've done. Yeah, it's definitely the medicine I've done the most. And I've done it in ceremony 50 times as well. It's not really something you take on your own, peyote. Like once you're experienced, you can do Ayo on your own and mushrooms on your own. But peyote, it needs the ceremony. It's actually very subtle. It's very subtle. You have to meet it for anything to happen. Like you have to be present for anything to happen. Whereas Ayo is completely the opposite. So for me, if you're not doing it in a traditional ceremony, then there's no point doing it. So yeah, I don't know much about the toad. I've done Cambo quite a few times, probably 10 to 15 times. God, that is tough. Yeah, every time I do any plant medicine, not so much the recent ayahuasca journeys, but almost every time I've done any plant medicine, there's always a stage of regretting it. There's always a stage of like, oh, why have I done this? Am I really gonna have to do this for 12 hours? And then you get in it and you're like, and for me it's amazing now. Like I'm basically at the point where I just fucking love it, and I know because I know it so well, and I surrender straight away. So it's a beautiful journey. But Cambo, fuck me, man. Every time I'm just like you're blowing up, and it's agony. Like it's very physical. It's not hallucinogenic. It's very physical. And every time I'm just like, why the fuck have I done this? When will this be over? When will this be over? Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! But then afterwards, you're just like, oh, I'm so glad I did that. Arid places can be cool though. Some mental cacti out there, aside from the really mental ones. I love cacti, but I don't like arid places. I like jungles and I like greenery. And I like it when it's wet season and it's all really green and beautiful. Try visiting Taiwan, some beautiful scenery. Really? That's interesting. I would never have thought that. I'm not going to go to Taiwan because it's about to be invaded, because that's where they make all the chips, isn't it? Which, you know, both China and America want. But maybe after that happens, I could go, if it hasn't been totally decimated. But I would never have thought that. That's really interesting. Thank you for that share. I really appreciate that, Clubsworth. Delightfully not. I think only the vaxxed that fell and... Are you an anti-vaxxer? Okay, everyone, we're going to have to put up with an anti-vaxxer now. So we're going to read them just to expose them. Obviously, always trust your doctor, and vaccines are fantastic. I think only the vaxxed that fell, and not the people who are awake with the fall of the people globally. That doesn't make sense. I think you might be referring to what Elon Musk's wife said. Yeah, I think it might be more than that. It might be just that. you know, will it be a better, you know, like obviously, like there's like I think about my parents and just the general compassion for humanity, and it's like, oh, it's really sad if a load of people end, but if it is just for people that fell for the retard test in 2021, like it probably would be actually a much better place without them, like if we're really honest. So that's that. Hey Sam, thanks brother. Delightfully not, sharing your experiences is the way. It's what we enjoy most of all. Yeah, yeah. So when delightfully not says we, she means like fifth density type people. You might call them conscious people, or you might just project onto them as deluded, whatever names you like to use. Yeah, you're right. We're here to share. We are here to share. There's no doubt about that. Fucking bank closed for 5 weeks. I sent a coffee. Oh, are you one of these that don't use the internet? That's really cool. I really respect that. Thanks. Thanks for the coffee. Go the Bezies has sent a flag. I feel like it's the Finnish flag or the Belize flag. I'm not entirely sure. Explain yourself. What's your relation to that flag? Delightfully not. I just did the buy me a coffee. It looks like they only take 5%. It's 5%. I thought it was 10%. Thank you, delightfully not. And you've just joined my Patreon as well. Oh, that's really good of you. Hello, Rustic Journals. What would happen if you take ayahuasca if you're on antidepressants? I don't know the answer. I just know that it's highly not recommended. So I believe that, you know, ayahuasca is obviously going to activate everything, absolutely everything. But I would imagine that the antidepressants that are blocking, what do they block? Like the serotonin receptors are going to interact with the ayahuasca, and it's just going to. I don't know if it's like a scientific medical thing, like it's a bad mix scientifically, or if it's just like, no, if you're doing that, you're not ready, like because doing antidepressants is suppressing everything and is staying in a repressed state, which, you know, I'm not knocking, but that is what it is. Whereas ayahuasca is the opposite of that. So it might just be a judgment call that if that's the path you're choosing and that's your current way of coping, then you're not going to be able to cope with ayahuasca. I don't know if it's like a scientific thing, like this is a bad mix, or if it's just a way of weeding out people that shouldn't do it. I don't know which one of those two it is, but we're one of those two things. I did 130 raw mushrooms. I was 18 and saw gnomes. I wasn't expecting that ending. 130 sounds like a lot. Raw. Oh no, raw isn't as powerful if they're dry. I don't really have any way of, I'm going to say computing that, but it's a really bad word to use. Because I've never done, I mean, obviously I've eaten raw mushrooms, like when I'm picking them and stuff, but I've never, all the doses I've done have always been dried. So, yeah, I'm not sure how big a dose that is. I mean, I feel like that's going to be at least a 5 gram dose, which people call the hero dose. I believe it's 15 grams for a hero dose. So yeah, I think that's a really big one. I'm surprised that it's no more than saw gnomes. Like, whilst that is quite out there, yeah, it amazes me that a lot of people do mushrooms. Like, I've got a mate who lives in Thailand. He's been a mate since Sheffield. He's a 15-year mate, and he's done so many hallucinogens and has never had a spiritual experience. I'm just like, how? Like, I just can't get my head around it. So yeah, for me, it's hard to resonate with that because I've never really just seen random shit. I definitely did go through the stage with, is it called Lysergic? Because I don't want to say the 3-letter acronym that I already said earlier. And mushrooms, when I first started doing them, where I was very much about like the hallucinogenic effects. So I was very into looking at the clouds and making monsters out of them. And that was actually my first God experience, was I was looking at the, yeah, this is when it changed actually. So this was probably at like my 20th trip. I'm kind of looking at that number out of the sky, but it was, you know, it was quite, at first I took them for fun basically. And I would see, not gnomes, like that's amazing. I love that. But for me, it was more like making stuff out of what was there, if we're pretending this reality exists. So like trees, for example, or clouds. And then my first God experience, oh God, this is fucking profound. I was looking at the sky. It was when I was basically a millionaire on paper, and I had this incredible house with this balcony overlooking a park, and I would look up into the sky and I would do my whole monster thing. I can't remember exactly, but it was something like, so I was like, ooh, monsters, 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 ooh, that's a bit intense. And I'd just been speaking to, she was Christian at the time. I'd basically been speaking to somebody about God seriously for the first time in my life, and I still didn't take it seriously, but it was the first time I hadn't just like belittled it and laughed at it and been like, you're fucking mental. I was like as atheist gets at this point. And I can't quite remember how it started, but I think it was something like yeah, no, it was. I did say, like, if you're there, show me. And, oof, am I going to start crying? Woo! So, monsters, monsters, monsters. And then for some reason, I was like, are you there? And all the monsters went away, and this light just pierced through these clouds and just like, boom, like a beam of light just came down from the sky through the clouds and down to the earth. And I was like, whoa, shit! Back to the monsters, back to the monsters, back to the monsters, back to the monsters. Like, it was too much for me. And then I was like, but are you there? Boom! All the monsters would disappear. It would all like just turn into like, let's say, heaven. And like this beam of light. So I kept doing that back and forth because like I didn't trust and I just wasn't sure. And it was so much for me to acknowledge, you know, because I was a diehard atheist. And that was when I first acknowledged God. I'd have been about 26, 27. And yeah, and that was kind of the start of it. I messaged my friend straight away who I'd been talking to about God, and she sent me a passage out of the Bible. And I didn't know it was out of the Bible. This is before I have like where I'm at now with the Bible. Like I was just, you know, I'd never even considered that world before. And she sent me a passage out of the Bible, and I read it, and I was like, send me more, send me more. She was like, you know what it is, right? And I was like, no, what is it? I just thought it was a book. It's like, it's the Bible. I was like, oh wow, send me more. And that's when yeah, and then that's when it all started to unravel. Then I went to a herbalist, and he gave me a load of tinctures, which popped me open. And then I started going to plant medicine ceremonies, and then I joined MKP, and 8 years later, I'm this crazy retard. It's actually 10 years later, I think. Oh, no, that was when I was 26, so it's 14 years later. So, yeah, I class my self-work journey, like, intensely, as in it's all I focus on for the last 8 years. But really, it started 14 years ago. But really, you could say it was my whole life. Like, when I went vegan, which obviously is completely retarded, but when I went vegan, it was a very awakening time because I started looking into the lies about food. And whilst I went down the wrong path of it, it was a very awakening time. Paul Grayson, I'm so glad you're back, brother. Honouring the 3 months you've had in the void. It's all going to make sense soon, bro. It's all going to make sense soon. I know it doesn't feel like it at the time, but it will all make sense soon. Like, we go to these places to move further into the light. And I know that's happening for you because you're a very beautiful man. Oh, do we really want to read any Justin comments? Is there a link between these substances and depression? Any idea? Yeah, so the link is depression doesn't exist. It's a soul speaking to you and telling you you're not aligned, but it allows you to align with your soul purpose, so it helps eradicate depression. Jen, happy 40th birthday. Thank you. Duck Egg is speaking to Justin. I can't be bothered with that. Yeah, I did buy me a coffee because Revo wouldn't work. Thank you so much, Popsky. Bless you. I love you so much. I did too many. Okay, let's. Oh no, I think it might be worth reading Duck Egg. I think the trip I had changed my brain. I went all fucking serious after seeing the universe and stopped being a laugh, according to my friends at the time. Yeah, but your friends will be retards. So your friends like you being a retard too. So by laugh, they mean not knowing who you are, not having any alignment, meeting them on their level, and then suddenly you take hallucinogens and they're like, oh, you're not funny anymore, you're not retarded like this. That's what's happening there. I believe. Let me know how that lands for you. Duck Egg, thank you so much. Another £2. I can buy a big ice cream now. Justin is responding to Duck Egg saying, interesting, thanks. That's great. I'm really glad to see that. Serotonin syndrome can be an effect of anti-Ds and hallucinations. I've never heard of serotonin syndrome. Explain more. No one cares about your opinion, Justin. It's all projection. You're protecting yourself because by listening to me, your belief system has been shaken. So obviously you're going into like huge defensive mode. All right. Oh my God, we've done an hour and a half, and I've got to the end of the comment. So big love, people. I'm gonna get back to listening. I've never listened to the novice canon before. Obviously, I've heard loads of people speak about her, and I'm aware of her work. It's not true. I have listened to a couple of her past life regressions a long time ago, but she's just been coming up for me a lot in terms of a lot of the channelers keep mentioning her. And I started watching in the cafe I was just in. I started watching her Notre Dame series. So yeah, wow, like fucking gobsmacking. And I haven't even barely begun with it. So I'm going to get into that and have a lie down. Like I say, it's been, even though like the day's barely even really started. It's been an exhausting one already. So yeah, I'm going to spend some time with Dolores Cannon. So thank you for all turning up. Thank you to the 44 of you that are still here. Thank you to those that have donated. Thank you to everyone who watches my videos, who supports the channel. Yeah, let's hope it keeps going. Like, I'm going for a huge shift. I really don't know what's going to happen. But I think like Delightfully Not Said, I think I am here to share. So I'm sure it will keep going. As Rusty Journals said, bye guys. Thanks, Rusty Journals. Big love. Thanks to everyone. Love you all. Even you, Justin.